So, I'm doing the brakes on a 1962 Chevrolet C-30 one-ton truck, and it appears that the rear brake shoes are now obsolete, and they want a lot of money for relining these shoes, about $260 to do 4 shoes. That's a little more than I want to spend. So what I'm going to do is I've got some Rebastis brake shoes, some rebuilt ones, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill the rivets out of those and remove the linings, and then I'm going to rivet those linings on the original shoes for the 1962 Chevy truck. So anyways, should be able to get her going here with a little bit of creativity. So we're continuing on with the relining of the original 1962 Chevy one-ton rear brake shoes. So I've got the rivets drilled out of the linings and got them removed from the shoes. So I'm just going to mount them on to the original truck shoes here, and a little bit of a problem here. The way the holes, the spacing of the holes in the original truck shoes are just a little bit different than the ones in the linings. See, they're a little bit different there. But you know, being as the holes are that close, it's going to make drilling the holes quite difficult, and of course the rivets aren't going to hold in oval holes. So what I'm going to do is, what I am doing is just taking the MIG welder and just spot welding the original holes in the shoes closed, and then we'll take a die grinder and flatten them off on a belt sander as well, and then we'll re-drill the holes in the shoes to match these linings. So as far as we got so far. Alright, so we've got the brake shoes from the truck. The holes are welded up and re-drilled to match the pattern of the holes in the new linings. So anyways, they turned out pretty good here. So yeah, just welded those holes up and then re-drilled them in the proper locations to match the linings, which I removed from a set of newer style brake shoes. These rebuilt shoes for this old truck are now obsolete, so it's very expensive to have them relined by a custom shop. So anyways, I decided to do this myself, and I think they're gonna turn out pretty good. So anyways, now we're just gonna get a hold of the rivets and use the brake lining riveter and put these rivets in there to hold these brake linings on the shoes, and we can get them back on the truck. There's the custom made, homemade brake shoes. The rear brake shoes were obsolete for this truck, so I had to build a set. Anyways, you can see the copper rivets in there, and the original 1962 Chev 1-ton brake shoes. They were obsolete. So I basically custom built these shoes with linings that were from a 1985 GM 1-ton van. So, anyways, the shoes of the van were the same diameter as the 1-ton truck from 1962, and the linings matched up perfectly other than the holes in the shoes had to be welded with a MIG to weld them closed, and then they had to be re-drilled in the proper locations to match the linings from the Chev van. Anyways, turned out pretty good. So just about to get the brake drums and bearings and retaining nuts and everything in there. So, and then of course we'll put in the drive axles. So anyways, that's as far as we got so far. Looking pretty good.